Well, hello and welcome. Pardon me, I forgot to get water again. Welcome and hello and hello and welcome. Thank goodness this is actually going to be a very, very quick broadcast. We are talking Nio, ticker symbol NIO. Obviously, Nio has been in the news constantly lately because it's been rallying off of the lows in the 360s all the way up now to $5.50. Check back up today. The volume has been absolutely nuts. Let me share my screen with you guys. Welcome and hello, by the way. Hello and welcome. It is Un Poco Mas. If you take a look at the volume on the last couple of days, you had this down at 49, then 111 million, 106 million, and then 127 million yesterday. So it's just been totally nuts. Today it's only 50 million shares traded within half an hour to go. So maybe it'll hit 60 million. Who knows? Volume should be picking up. But what you notice today is despite a few larger orders, the algo is just right back in charge. Volume indicators are absolutely flat. So the market makers, pardon me, that have been buying the stock the last 3 days are just kind of out of the picture. But oh my God, I need this one drop of water to try to get through this broadcast. Putts again. I don't know. I don't know if it's going down, if it's going to bounce off 550. I really don't think so. I think this stock, people will laugh at this, but I think this is going to go right back up through 15. The multiples don't make any sense. Their margins are improving. Their sales are improving. They're rolling out one sub brand, which I think is going to be extremely popular. It's going to use the same battery swap standard that the Nio mainstream cars use. They seem to be getting a lot of pre-orders. I don't have exact numbers, but you guys know me as the Sharp Master. Those of you who have done my laundry do anyway, but I want to just look at the chart and just see what I see. Why is this line so important? This upward bound line you see pushing down with these green arrows, pushing up with these red arrows. This line started out during this sort of ham, ridiculous rally as basically as support, right? So it comes down here. This is 2021. Just keeps testing this line all the way through for 4 or 5 months. Bounces back up off the line, comes back down, a couple more tests, falls back down. And again, for say from November all the way through 2-3 months here, 2 months, rides along this line. Then they, crush it down January 2022, and it's stayed in this wedge ever since. Now, ignore this part over here. What do you notice about this wedge, guys? What I notice about it is in these 2 years, let's see, 2022, 2023. So going on 3 years, the stock has been trading in this wedge. It's only tested the top 3 times, arguably 2 times. Now, you could argue this is the same test, even though it's 3 months apart, because it kind of consolidates there at the top, which seems positive. But test the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, call this 6. I don't know. I'm not going to count that, but 7, maybe 8 tests of the bottom and only 3 tests of the top. So when this thing starts to test this wedge, you have to pay attention. These didn't even pass the 50-day moving average. Obviously, that's not the cross you want. Looks like the cross could be coming back the other way. It's just trying to break through the 50-day moving average. Okay, that's job 1. Job 2, break through this line. Job 3, break through this 200-day, or I think I have the 150-day moving average up. But the point is, guys, I want this stock up around $15, up around here, and I think it's going to go there. If you notice, sorry, this is on draw or something. I don't know what the hell I have going on. That's exactly where it tested here. That was the last test of this line, was at $15. Of course, to break through that line right now, you only need to be at $7. So lottie dottie, we like to party. But we're just fucking around. We're not hitting nobody. What's up, Alberto Bertie Avilés, my intrepid moderator? How are you today? Good, sir. It is a 2 for Tuesday. Welcome, the greatest beard in the history of U-Turders. It is Jay Gatsby, the great one. Not a Lurker is back with us once again. Sorry, I forgot to give you guys notice. This was just meant to be a very quick video. But this line that was support and flip to resistance is very critical. If you can break through this line, there's really nothing holding you back to the upside until you get back into this area, 30. I mean, I'm saying 7 could be resistance. Of course, 10 is going to be resistance. You expected more resistance at 5, just these sort of round numbers, but it's such a low number. I mean, this wedge is, the wedge isn't going to go down below 0 on a company that's increasing their sales, increasing their margins. They're able to raise a lot of money wherever they want. But more importantly than any of that, more importantly than the charts, more importantly than these ridiculous shorts, are the partners they're getting, guys. They're buying into the battery swap alliance. These guys are way ahead of CATL on swap. I mean, CATL probably would love to buy out Nio if they could. But I don't know if the government would let them do that, because I think the government has their own use for Nio that they plan. But Baidu backed Jiayu. I'm sorry, I'm Chinese. I don't know how to pronounce these, so I'll just lo siento. I'll apologize in advance for my horrible pronunciation. But the CEO and the EV maker entered into a strategic partnership with Nio on battery swap and will soon officially become part of the battery swap alliance. So they join, quite a few other companies. These are the 2 CEOs. They join Chang'an, who is a giant, Geely, and Hui, Cherry, Lotus, GAC, Fog Group. So these are big companies, all with ties, mostly with ties to the Chinese state. And they're all members of the Battery Swap Alliance. Furthermore, they've already signed on to the, Charging Alliance. And Zhuhui, or however you say that, entered into a formal charging network interconnected partnership with Nio. This takes the partnership to the next level, where their users can just plug into a Nio charging pile. They don't have to go into an app. They don't have to get a code. They don't have to submit payment. It just all happens automatically and seamlessly through their car. So many people don't realize, in addition to being the clear, far and away leader in battery swap, Nio actually has one of the largest, most advanced, most far-flung charging networks in all of China. Guys, I'm going to have to apologize. I forgot to get water. I'm going to go grab a sip of water, and I'll be back in 2 and 2. And if you want to leave and do something more productive and more reasonable, I would certainly encourage that. Until then, ta-ta. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Sorry about that, turds. I'm back. I'm back once again. Back like I never left. Back like I've always been here. Back like I'm a big chunky stock monkey. Guys, it's un poco mas. It is a 2 for Tuesday. We are talking Nio Stock, ticker symbol NIO. Yep, that Chinese junk, that glutton for punishment, going to 0, going to be taken over by the government. Of course, all that fun stuff. Guys, no, we'd like to welcome our studio audience. Hello, everybody. There's Giuliano Bologna. I know him by his forehead. We are, in fact, leasing his forehead out as a teleprompter screen because our teleprompter went down. So we've utilized an overhead projector we were able to pick up from a 1980s elementary school, and we've been able, fortunate enough to retain the services of the great bologna sandwich in order to broadcast my notes. No, you guys know I work without a net. This is all improvisation. If I was writing material, it would be funny. Not this desperate cry for help and attention. Feed me. I need. Gimme. My psyche is more frail than that of Bob Wiley. Oh, probably somewhere along the lines of Gil. Gil's a city fish. Loving it out here, though. Hello and welcome, guys. Hello and welcome. I know what a lot of you are saying. Who is this big fat bastard clamoring on and on? Well, I say it's your old buddy Danny Deals. And I know what you're going to say. I don't have an old buddy Danny Deals. I say, you do now, friend. Welcome and hello and welcome. It's un poco mas, doing our level best to give you just a little bit more. Don't infer anything by our slogan, folks. Don't infer anything by our slogan. Let's see you guys. Hello and welcome and hello. Yeah, I got some unfiltered tap water, not a lurker, because the filter one comes out so slow and I didn't want to leave you guys in the lurch. Premium of the option. He was here earlier. I didn't get a chance to read his comments, but I think I can speak for the Savage of Wall Street when I say buy his call options on SoFi because he's going to take another fucking luxury vacation on your dime because you idiots keep buying his calls. But again, looking at Max Payne on SoFi, it's a little bit more complicated than that. I think actually market makers were buying some options the last couple of weeks because everything's been kind of wacky. So, but I'm sure Savage is on top of it if anyone is. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. Thanks, Alberto. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Let's see who else is here. Air Force is here. Gadsby, the greatest beard on U-Turd is here. 2 for Tuesday indeed. Bobby Joe, ticker symbol. Any symbol with 3 letters doesn't have the same ring. That's kind of true, I guess. But if your whole company name is 3 letters, what are you going to do? Like put Nio 1 or Neo X? I don't know. Who needs a timeout? Just hit somebody with your wrench, Alberto. Hit somebody with your wrench. China is still troublesome. No, figure people too. It's building. I mean, China is troublesome. I get that's a tough, yeah. I mean, they've had issues with their economy, real estate, jobs, definitely economic weakness, but the growth is there. I mean, Nio's only selling 20,000 cars a month. Okay. There's like 1.5 billion people in China. They have a very rapidly growing, affluent, upwardly mobile, middle, upper class. So they don't need hundreds of millions of people with money to buy these cars. They just need hundreds of thousands of people next year. So I don't think there's going to be a demand problem for Nio because they have a huge unique selling point, and the government, more importantly, the government is in the bag for Nio. Why would the government not want swap? And who was it? Somebody yesterday was asking me for fails to deliver, guys. This data is, I was looking all over when somebody asked me that question. This data runs a month behind, so you can see there's a 600,000 share failure to deliver at 376. So obviously, as you can imagine, the lower the price goes, it's harder to get people to dump because I guess there's panic dumping, but that's another issue where you need to depend. But no, sorry guys, no poop jokes. But most of us who are smart and have been in this stock a long time, when you see deliveries increasing, you're not going to dump that low. That's why August was tough because Nio's hitting on all cylinders, so that's funny. I can't believe I said that. I didn't do that on purpose. Nio's hitting on all cylinders. If I have to tell you why that's stupidly ironic, then you don't belong here, folks. This show is just too intelligent for you. And if this show is too intelligent for you, you need to check yourself into some type of a program that gets there in a very, very short bus, because this show should not be too intelligent for anyone. I like to think of myself as the lowest common denominator. Yes, the chunky stock monkey. It's your old buddy Danny Deals. Hurricane Lopez. Stock Karen. It's un poco mas. Don't really know what I'm talking about. But guys, you can look up the fails to deliver that are more current. But I think it's speculation because I don't think it's exchange. Let's see. The fair values fails to deliver represent aggregate never for a particular settlement date. So they basically have to tally this stuff up themselves. If the shares were delivered on a particular day and there would be no entry in the table, SEC publishes daily data in batches that are delivered twice monthly and lag by about 2 weeks. So, for example, daily data for the month of March would arrive in around mid-April. So you just can't, I guess you can't get this reliably in real time. For whoever asked me that yesterday, I was trying to figure it out, but I just couldn't find anything that just everything I was finding looked like made up. So I don't want to share data with you guys. That's bullshit. That's just not my goal. My opinions might be nonsense and just absolute garbage, but the facts, the data, the stuff I want to share with you guys, I don't want to do that. So let me get you a look at the short interest. I want to make another point about what, just absolute dog shit dishonest analysts and how stupid and ridiculous they are and how much I hate them, and just general caroling. Consider it general Christmas caroling. It's like Christmas caroling, but instead of people singing to you in a round beautiful voice bringing you cookies and stuff, it's just some lady, just a hag, nice. I'm a pear shape on a cell phone in a minivan trying to get my kids down to school. Okay, officer, I don't have to stop at all these stop signs. I'm on a cell phone here. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. It is Un Poco Moss. Let's get you a check of the live short interest just for shits and giggles. So they borrowed, it's just looking very similar to yesterday without this mountain. So they borrowed 2.5 million shares. One of the things I'll draw your attention to, even though they're saying there's 10 million shares available, cost to borrow max 24%. I've never seen anything like that with Nio. That's just crazy. So I mean, it's down below 1 million shares yesterday. Cost to borrow still 3.55. This number's actually been down at 0 a few times of late. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but this is not the only good news in terms of battery swap alliance. Okay, so we got the numbers. So 4,500, another very solid week. Not a blowout or anything, but really solid. Xpeng up to 3,600. And then Cherry is another big company that just agreed to enter Nio's charging network, marking it the 13th company to do so. So Wuhan Nio Energy Company signed a charging, with Anhui Cherry Green Energy Ecological Technology Company Limited. Say that 2 times fast. Bet you can't. Bet you'll trip over your own tongue and fall flat on your head. And Nio's power charging networks open to brands including Cherry, Exceed, JTOR to provide extensive, efficient. So the partnerships marks yet another company as they look to capitalize on one of China's biggest charging networks. Nio's charging network has always been open to other brands. One of the biggest charging networks in China, 2,339 supercharging stations with 10,669 piles, 638 destination charging stations providing 12,613, and then they also have open to millions of chargers throughout their network on their app from other third parties. But anyway, so they have all kinds of other partners for their charging network, one of the premier charging networks in China. So Nio is building its house out of bricks, laying a massive foundation in partnership with all levels of the Chinese state. There was another really exciting one. I don't know where it was. I actually don't think it was here. It was on another website, but basically that Nio had partnered with a state-owned, I don't know where the article was. I found it somewhere else. But Nio had partnered with a state-owned entity to basically build out battery swap, much faster and without using their own money. So it's very, very good news. Again, I can't remember where I saw that, but I want to talk just about this one call, if you don't mind. The cooler, Zhong Shao, he came in from Barclays and just reiterated his call at $4 in a sell. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong if you think the stock is worth $4 and somebody should sell it. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But I just want to make this point on his call. Okay, so back here on September 13th, when Nio was struggling to deliver and a lot of things were wrong, $9, 882. He's a hold on the stock, right? He's a hold on the stock. Come down, down, down. Things have been going bad for Nio. This is one of the dark periods. Very bad deliveries. Everything seems to be going wrong. Again, a hold at $5.48. So then, after a month, less than a month later, he's a sell at $4.50. So when things are going bad, you should hold. And when it's at the low and things start going better, you should sell. And then, this granted is bad deliveries, but then sell again here at 472. So basically his advice is to hold the highs, hold through the problems, and then just sell the lows. And then through here, deliveries are just picking up massively. The sub-brands coming out on time. They're signing all these partnerships. The Chinese state is in the bag for them. Whoops, and he's a sell here at $5.57. When all this horrible stuff was happening back here, he was a hold at $5.50. Now that a million good things have happened, he's a sell at $5.50. Oh, Jing Shao, the cooler. Call him the cooler. You guys are the bouncers. I'm the cooler. Be nice. Be nice until it's time not to be nice. Then the fat bouncer asks, I've been the fat bouncer at many a bar, but how do we know when that is? He's like, I'll tell you. Dude, Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse, just about as cool as it gets. You are the bouncers. I am the cooler. If you're the cooler at a destination country bar, you can just kick anyone's ass, whether they have like a knife or a gun or whatever, how many they are, with the town villain, the billionaire. I mean, that's living. That's living. Not a lurker, of course, here, the great not a lurker. Mr. Premium, the option is SoFi, still SoFly. We're not even talking about SoFi. Premium, the option has a one-track mind. You think he just has that saved, and he just has to have paste like Control V. Waiting for SoFi character, premium option code kept GPS to the moon. I agree with you. I'm also waiting for that. Birdie with man, SoFi is my favorite. Cole Danny would make a good Jim Jones. Tyler Durden was imaginary. Don't you know anything? Don't like and sub, whatever you do. I miss the hair on chinny chin chin. Game over, needs water, scratching his head. Just heard was Savage June come on and Kurt Field. We think we already read a lot of that. Charted travel, don't like, definitely got the right idea. Don't like, don't sub, don't do anything. The fireman so far, not dumpy pumpy. Fireman Pete. Fireman Pete is here. Where's Fireman Pete? Good to see you, Fireman Pete. He's probably been traveling the world, Belize, with his beautiful Latina girlfriends and just living it up like a humble civil servant that he is. But great to see you again. Good to see you back. He's got a classic, looks like he has a classic Camaro or a Firebird. Very nice. Very nice. Sharon Koenig, what do you think about the naked shorting? Naked shorting is illegal in the United States, but it's done all the time. So it's like speeding, it's illegal, but people still do it. Nothing happens. If you had Danny's moderator Cam Don, would be the question you would ask. I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean by naked shorting? Yes, I know what you mean by naked shorting. You're selling shares short you haven't borrowed. Of course, I know what you mean. The fuck do you think this is? Naked shorting, my shorts. I think naked shorting is because you're south of the equator. You're playing small ball, if you know what I mean, choking up on the bat a little bit. No, guys, we don't want to go there with this. If you guys don't have pants on, just don't put it in the comments. Do what you got to do. You could only wish for the fact checks during the debate, but who fact checked the fact checkers? The fact checkers, chubby checkers. We got all kinds of checkers, chubby chasers, chubby checkers. Google what naked shorting is. I'm actually being serious. Yet we all know what naked shorting is. We know you're serious. If you're trying to get us to Google some pictures of your crank shots, we would rather not. Let's see. Volatility makes a boatload. Yeah, I mean, options writers just want volatility. I mean, it depends what you're doing. Sometimes you don't want volatility, but it creates more premium. That's for sure. Ben Plumley. Oh, let's see. Do you think Nio get to the USA and connect swap stations, all the solar fields, balance the grid? I mean, in America, you can use solar so many places. I think in China, it's similar. Whether they'll come to America is a regulatory issue. They're going to get here eventually. I mean, there's no question. It's a matter of when. So, pants are on. That's good. Nio isn't coming to USA ever. Why do you think that, Rumi? I think you're completely wrong. They're already in multiple countries in Europe, even with tariffs. I mean, really, the worst they can do is put tariffs on them. As long as they pass the safety standards, crash tests, they do all the proper registration. I mean, I really don't see how they're going to keep them out of the market. It might be expensive at first with tariffs, but they're going to lose that trade war. I mean, EV companies in America are going to need China far more than Chinese companies need America right now. Eventually it'll flip and the demand in America will be there. But right now, Nio doesn't even need Europe, much less, America. And Europe's a more important market for them than America right now. So, yeah, the swap network could be everything. I know they're already have, Nio has offices in California. They're already trying to get land. They're already trying to get partners. They're already, pursuing the battery swap network here in America. So time will tell. But that's what I meant. Sorry. It would be obviously, I mean, building out the network in China has been very taxing on their finances. That's why they have all the partners. That's why they have the government partners, oil company partners. So, yeah, if they can't get those types of subsidies and partnerships in the United States, but I have no reason to think they won't. I mean, unless somebody else scoops them, I don't see an American company, you know, CATL's competing on swap. I don't see any American companies coming in and competing on swap, but you know, that's for now. Like, okay, they're holding this thing at 550. I have to expect, you know, there's a lot of options down there. I haven't even really looked, but so for, oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of calls coming in at 550, tons and tons of calls at $6. Oh my God. You guys are all just throwing away. I don't know if Savage is selling calls on Nio, but it certainly looks like it is. Looks like he is. Anyway, guys, that's about all I had for today. The chart looks pretty good. We'll just have to see where this thing goes. Obviously, the shorts are fighting back just a little bit, but I think things still look extremely bullish as far as the setup goes. Back to work for me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see if I make another crappy video or not. Time will tell. The suspense is killing me. It's un poco mas. Peace. I'm out.